feels like home.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Holler at Hollingsworth.
Is it the first?
Yeah, first inaugural episode.
Inauguration day.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we're past it, but okay. All right, so we are Michael
Hey.
and Michelle Hollingsworth, and our business is Hollingsworth Homes. Mine
Yes.
is Hollingsworth Homes Real Estate. His is Hollingsworth Homes Construction.
Mm-hmm.
But we are Hollingsworth Homes.
We are.
We are.
And here we are.
And here we are on our first episode of Holler at Hollingsworth. So that is our hashtag / catchphrase, Holler at Hollingsworth.
Michelle's doing.
My doing. I think it's catchy. He thinks it's cheesy, but I like it. Take on our name. Hopefully memorable. But we want to talk about working together. We are married. And in a previous season of life, we worked together with a professional photography business.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
And we didn't learn from the first go round, so here we are doing it again.
I think we learned a little bit.
We didn't learn
strengths and weaknesses. I think we learned.
Yeah,
for sure, for sure.
Hmm.
Anyway, we got burnt out. I had already had the business before we got married, and then we got married. We changed the business name. Worked together for 3 years. Got totally burnt out. I think our final straws were threefold. We had opened up a studio, which we thought, if you're going to be legit, you got to have a studio.
Gotta have a studio.
Put a lot of money into it, making it nice. And if you build it, they will come, did not happen. Our Field of Dreams did not bring the business. So that was one. And the second part was we shot a couple of difficult weddings on the beach. And when I say difficult, I mean like carrying equipment as a destination wedding anyway, but on the sand and with the wind. That one wedding, we had a lot of wind. And so the sand's it's not just the wind you're fighting against, but your umbrellas, sand in your face, sand all over your lenses, your equipment. That was hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd say the third one was we did a whole school.
Bad idea.
A public school, and it definitely brought the burnout. So that all happened in the same year. Those three things. Our last year in business. So we closed that business in 2012. Michael went back in the military in 2013.
Yes.
Got his real estate license in 2015.
15.
Right. Got his contractor's license in 2018. So he's dual, he's doing real estate and doing construction. I got my license back in 2016. I had previously got it in 95 to sell real estate. So got it back, and we were a team together there at another brokerage.
Yeah.
Small brokerage, but a good brokerage. And then we ventured out on our own in 2020 with our own broker. So it just made sense. Hollingsworth Homes Real Estate, Hollingsworth Homes Construction.
Kept it easy.
Kept it easy. Breezy.
Yeah.
Lemon squeezy.
Why are you saying all these weird things?
Okay, so let's talk.
All right, what are we talking about?
All right, what have we learned?
What have we learned?
What have we learned? You go first.
A lot, yeah.
Okay, a lot. So expanding on a lot, I have learned that even if I tell Michael important things about our business, if he is not looking at me and responding afterwards, he did not hear anything I said. It did not compute.
That's life.
Okay,
that's not even in business.
That's in business and life. Okay, what have you learned about working together? Happy wife, happy life.
Oh yeah, that's true in anything. But my timelines are not your timelines.
Yes.
I work at my pace.
Yes.
And I don't like to be told that my pace is not good enough.
You don't like to be micromanaged.
I do not like. That's why I went into business for myself, so I don't have to be micromanaged.
But there are some management things that need to happen.
Yes,
in a business 100%. To stay in business.
Yes, if you want to stay in business, then yes, you have to be able to. Which I'm the worst at, probably, is managing your time.
I don't think you're the worst.
No, I'm pretty bad.
You might be top 10.
Yeah, I'm definitely
top 20
in there. But it's always something that you can work on.
Yeah.
It's not something that, you're born that way.
Yeah.
But you can always work on it. And I definitely need to work on it.
Work it.
Yeah. It's a challenge sometimes. I mean, to do something that needs to be done, and you want to do something that is more fun. Because hey, you're your own boss.
That's right.
You ain't gotta answer to nobody.
That's right.
Well, you gotta answer to your clients first and foremost, but yeah, that can be a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Want to do your own thing.
Let's talk about real estate first. What have we learned?
These are very big open-ended questions.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
To close that in for you a little bit. I have learned that land is going up in price every year.
Well, that's a given.
I've also learned that real estate is probably one of the best investments you can make in your lifetime.
Yeah.
And we've learned that firsthand by owning our own home, and we have a mortgage, and also owning other property, investment property, that it does appreciate in value. So that's a big eye-opener. They don't teach you that in high school. Even college. I mean, unless you take real estate classes, like, they don't teach you about investments, and specifically real estate investments. That's not something they teach you. And even the classes they teach you to prepare you for the real estate exam for licensure don't teach you about how much it appreciates in value. No. You learn more about interest and principal in those classes and in school classes than you do actually owning real estate.
Yeah, they don't pay your bills and
learning the highs and lows.
They come take it. You learn more of that.
Yeah. What about you?
Which is very true.
Did that help narrow it down well?
Oh, by far, like, that's probably the best investment that you can make. I mean, you hear it everywhere. I wish I would have known a lot earlier in life.
Yeah. I was 23 when I bought my first house, which is a good age to start.
Right. I just wish, I would have had the forethought or mentorship early, like high school, college, those years.
Yeah.
To know that, hey, you need to be putting your money in real estate.
Yeah, like if we knew then what we know now.
Yes. Which
type
is
of deal.
A lot of people, can say that, but I really do wish I would have known.
Yeah.
A lot earlier.
I
to
agree.
be putting my money into real estate and not blowing it.
Agreed. on new cars and clothes,
junk
stuff. Okay, let's talk construction.
Mm-hmm.
What have you learned?
I've learned that I don't know nowhere near as much as I thought I did.
Yeah.
But I have learned a tremendous amount since I started and got my license. Because I really jumped into it. I would say straight into the fire, because my business partner at the time had called me and said, "Hey, land.
Let's build a house."
Let's build a house. And
So
I
you
was
had to
like,
get your license really quick.
well, I've never done that before, but sure, why not?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing to the next, and next thing I know, I went and took my test and got my license and set that all up. And if you've never done that before, that's a whole nother animal in itself.
Yes.
Of setting up a business as a general contractor, to do it the right way and
the legal way.
If you want to, not get sued and lose everything you've got, you want to make sure you've got everything set up the right way legally through the state, doing all the necessary legwork to make sure that you're a legal business. But that was a whole nother process, and like I said, a whole nother animal. As opposed to building the houses are easy. Running the business side is what is my least favorite.
But I wouldn't say building the houses are easy. Let's talk
to
about
me,
our house.
We had our ups and downs. But
let's talk about the phone call when we were building our house.
What phone call?
Our house is the second house you've ever built.
Yeah.
And you called me in a panic because we have moisture. Right off the bat, from all the rain we had. How many days of rain in a row? I don't even know, like 60.
Yeah, a lot.
I feel like after we dug footers and set block, and so much moisture. And you called and basically said we were going to have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to remediate.
Mm-hmm.
And you were so negative about it, and
I was.
It was so stressful.
You want, especially your house, to be perfect.
But we
and
took care of it for a
We
fraction.
did. Michael did. Spent hours up underneath the crawl space spraying.
Michelle researched it.
Michelle did. She researched and found the stuff that we needed. And then Michael spent hours and late nights underneath the crawl space with a backpack.
But listen,
pump sprayer.
But that's your strength. You're the doer.
Yeah.
I'm the researcher. You're the doer.
I'm the doer.
That's our strengths.
Yeah.
It was the same in photography.
But I feel like that side of it is, to me, it comes more easy as opposed to the business side, the administrative, which is
you are not administrative.
I cringe when I hear the word administration.
Yeah,
hate it, but I know it's one of those necessary evils in order to have a business.
That's right.
And unless you're just loaded and you can come into business and not have to do that yourself, and you can just pay somebody right off the get-go to manage that, then that's one thing. But when you're having to be the GC and the laborer and project manager and office manager, all the hats, you learn real quick that you can't run a business and have to do every single job and be successful and be, your business to flourish.
Yeah.
And I'm still having, hard times with letting things go. But
what about, you talked about time management. What about people who don't value your time?
That don't value your time.
Right. Like, we can be talking about real estate or construction here because it happens on both sides of the coin. People who don't put any worth into the time
right.
you give.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of books out there that talk about valuing your time and how important time is, because we know like you can't get that back.
Yeah, it's a very limited resource.
Right. Like in the last 5 minutes that we've been talking, those minutes are gone. Like they're gone. You can't get them back. So what else would I rather be doing right now? I don't know.
Probably eating.
Something.
Probably
but
eating.
You can't get those
on your phone.
No, I don't know. I wish I could throw this phone out the window, but it is another one of those necessary evils that you have to have in business. But
so, what would you rather be doing?
What would I rather be doing right now?
Yeah.
Somewhere tropical.
Oh, be somewhere tropical. I didn't say where would you rather be. I said what would you rather be doing? Like what exactly? What task besides talking?
I don't know.
On the podcast.
Outside, doing something, building something.
It's cold outside.
It's cold outside, but
it's cold. It's teens.
Learning new entrepreneurship.
Okay, so learning.
Yeah, learning.
Okay. We are learning. We're learning right now.
Yeah, do another income stream on.
We're learning how to do a podcast.
We're learning how to do a podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were doing a podcast.
We are doing it and learning. We are, as Bob Goff says, building the plane as we fly it.
Nah, I seem like I do that all the time.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. If you don't know how to do it, you just do it. You're going to fail at it, but, if you don't do it, you're never going to learn how to do it.
That's right. That's why we're doing it. Oh. We're doing it. Okay.
What was I talking about anyway?
Rabbit trails.
Squirrel.
What we were talking about time.
Oh, yeah, time. See, time's gone.
Time's gone. Wait, a great example of how fast it goes. I would like to talk about time for a minute and how people think, oh, let me pick your brain.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that.
Let me buy you a cup of coffee so I can run these things by you and basically
it's an expensive cup of coffee.
Use your experience and your resources and education to take from you. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think there has to be there's a line there that needs to kind of be established in your business, that you can't give all your time to every single person that calls your phone. It's just no way. You're never going to get anything done. So you have to set like for Fridays, for me, for time management's sake, Fridays is typically the days I will go and do bids. If I have any bids that are on the schedule for that week, I'll go on Friday and do bids on Friday. Yeah. And then kind of play catch up on Fridays. And then usually on Mondays, I will try to do phone calls first thing Monday mornings if people have called me over the weekend, because I try not to do a lot of phone calling and talking on the weekend, because that's kind of family time. Yeah. So setting boundaries on phone calls and meeting with potential clients, but setting up parameters on those meetings.
And you're talking on the construction side.
Sure. Right. Yeah, we can say construction side.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the construction side, because you could get hit up a lot of, hey, what ifs questions.
What's your favorite construction question? I already know what it is, but what is it?
What is it?
How much a square foot would you charge to build this house or this floor plan?
Oh yeah, that's
a loaded question.
Yes,
that everybody asks.
Yeah, and I mean, you think about how much materials have gone up in the last 3 years, and the cost of doing business, the cost that your subs have gone up. So all those are questions that, it depends on. For a custom house, it depends on how, we'll use the word like Kimberly likes to use, bougie.
Bougie.
If you got a bougie, if the client's bougie, then that's going to change your square footage.
Yeah.
Cost price. So.
Well, even selections of like
Yeah,
material colors, because like we saw windows white versus painted color, whether that be black or almond, whatever,
right.
are a 60% increase. So given a ballpark like that, and then they can pick whatever they want. It's like saying, how much will a meal cost at a restaurant? Well, that depends on what you order.
Yeah.
Off the menu, because if you get an appetizer, it's a way different price on your bill than it is if you get a 5-course meal and drinks and dessert. So it's a loaded question. I knew that was your favorite.
I mean, I know some builders have they have price points to where if you do this package, you could be in this parameter. But with customs, you could kind of do the same thing with the customs. You could say, hey, if you don't do all quartz on your countertops, or super high-end cabinets, or expensive hardwood floors, you could kind of put the price points into those type of parameters, depending on how much tile you want in your
like
bathrooms.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
allowance.
Yeah, and then sometimes that's just, as for the builder, I mean, that's kind of a but with customs, it's a lot more detail work. With a custom, as opposed to a spec house,
right?
Where you're just building. I mean, you want to build for quality. That's my main purpose for my name, is to make sure, hopefully, and you're going to have ups and downs in your business, and sometimes you're going to miss things, but you want to try and do what's right, and at the end of the day, make sure your client's happy.
Yeah.
But there's going to be times when you just have some clients that just you're never going to make happy, and it may be best just to say, hey, this relationship's this business relationship's probably not best for or beneficial for either one of us. So maybe it's time that we kind of depart, and so that's going to save your time, because you don't want to spend so much time in a client relationship that's going nowhere, and it's causing you to lose sleep at night. That's not healthy.
Right.
So it's best that you just kind of depart ways, and go your different ways.
Real estate side, I mean, it's the same thing. If everybody's just looking for the cheapest way to move their property, that's not always the most beneficial relationship on either side, honestly.
Right.
You get what you pay for. But going back to our photography days, I remember I worked a lot for free just to get my portfolio built up, to have examples, because you can't really market a photography business with no photos. So I did a lot of work for free, friends, family, acquaintances, referrals. And then when I started charging, I noticed, they didn't want to pay. It was basically, can you bring your camera to the birthday party, or to the wherever the wedding. Sometimes it was weddings. They would ask us just to bring a camera. They weren't going to hire a photographer. It wasn't in their budget. Right. That was the one thing they cut out of their budget. And it's the one thing that you have after. The only thing, right? Like that you have after a wedding ceremony is the photographs or videos. And it's the one thing they always skimped on. And I just, it's mind blowing to me, going from there to the real estate sales industry, photography sales, real estate. They're both service and also sales, but people don't want to pay for that either. They just want to pick your brain and take you for a cup of coffee, or buy you a meal, and you tell them, basically give them all the guidance you would if they were a client. And our industry is not valued for what we bring to the table: experience, education, knowledge, resources. And it was the same with photography. I feel like I'm still in that loop of trying to educate people on why you need
showing value.
Yes, a professional. It's all about a professional.
Right.
Why you need a professional.
Yep.
I mean, so in construction, You've got a lot of do-it-yourself out there, thanks to HGTV and Pinterest, Instagram, a lot of DIYs. But the DIYs a lot of times go wrong.
Yeah.
And that's why you pay the money for a professional.
I mean, it goes back to if you don't try something, then of course you're not going to learn how to do it. So, I mean, there's been a lot of people who have had success by trying things and learning how to do those DIY projects. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but there are certain things that you want to get professional help on, because you're going to cost yourself a lot more money and time in the long run, as opposed to calling a professional and either maybe just paying for a consultation fee to come out and say, hey, yeah, that's probably not the best way to do that. Maybe you need to think about doing it this way. And I would rather pay somebody to come out and show me how to do it the right way. And if I feel like at that point, hey, that's going to be a little bit more than I want to bite off, then I'll figure out, I'll take some bids and get the best person I feel like is for the job. And that's not always the cheapest, and it's not always the most expensive, but it's finding a person who has a good business model, a good name, good reputation. Call around, check, make sure that person that you're hiring is reputable and knows what they're doing. So I would definitely say sometimes it's better to spend the money on a professional than it would be to try and tackle it yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Been there, done that.
Yes.
Got
so
the
have
T-shirt. Learned the hard way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So have I.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Okay, so let's just give everybody just a little bit of background about us.
Hold on, my painter text. I gotta.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta.
Michael had someone that needed him on a job, so I just wanted to really quick introduce ourselves and give a little background since this is our first podcast. Holler at Hollingsworth. Michelle, I'll go first because I'm older.
Yeah, you're older.
I'm Michelle. Was born in Oklahoma, lived in Tennessee most of my life. Grew up in a small town, still living in a smallish town. I have 3 adult children and 1 daughter that Michael and I share, who's 10. I've been married and divorced twice before, so this is my 3rd time's a charm. And Michael and I have been married for almost 16 years this year.
Yep.
My background is went to college, journalism major, did not finish that college, got married, had a baby, went back to school for photography at night 1 day a week, got a photography certificate, started a photography business, worked in sales, also held 2 to 3 jobs at a time most of the time, then became a teacher in photography for a public high school and for a college. Went back to school.
You need me to help you?
Got my bachelor's degree.
You don't remember?
Got my master's degree, and then started my doctorate program. And we got pregnant with Ella Gray. Not thinking we could have kids. We had tried for 5 years, and we got pregnant with her.
2013.
Got my doctorate in 2016. Went to work as an education consultant for state government. And then started helping Michael with real estate. Oh, I did do real estate for 9 years before my 3rd child was born, and she's 21. So I did have a previous stint with real estate, but it wasn't full-time. It was part-time. Now it's full-time. That's what I do full-time. So I sell real estate in Tennessee and Florida currently. Looking to add other states, but that's the current deal. I recently authored a book that's a devotionals for moms that took me a long time, 8 years to
50
write.
years.
8 years to finish. with the help of Bob Goff and Kimberly Stewart as mentors. They helped greatly. So finally got that done, published. That's out there. Now you... Oh, wait. I like to travel. I like music. I enjoy eating at new restaurants. I like to roller skate. I like to dance. Is that it?
Right.
I love my kids and my grandbabies. Okay, you.
Born and raised in Springfield, Tennessee, Robertson County. Graduated in 97. Then I left to go to the Air Force in 98 and spent 4 years on active duty there, and then got out in 02 and ended up going and traveling for about a year and a half on a racing team. And then once I figured out I needed to go to college and use my GI Bill from the military, and I was going to do industrial engineering or mechanical engineering, was the two tracks I was on. But they, after the first year, they decided they were going to move the course to Fort Campbell, and I did not want to drive to Fort Campbell every single day. So I dropped out of there. I went over to Ball State and ended up changing courses, and ended up was going to do their radiology program. And then didn't take me very long to figure out I did not want to do that. So I spent half of a semester at Ball State.
Half of a half?
Yep. Starting in August.
Is that a quarter?
Yep, about a quarter.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well say quarter. Yeah.
Okay.
But ended up going to Belmont and got my degree in ministry from Belmont. Graduated from Belmont in 08. And then we got married in 09. And
dun, dun, dun.
I was doing youth pastoring.
Substitute teaching. At my school.
So I could be with the students, but then I came home to teenagers.
Yep.
And it just got to be...
It was home, work, church.
Yeah.
Teens.
Too many teenagers.
Too many teens.
So we ended up leaving youth pastoring and ended up getting my certificate in personal training through the American College of Sports Medicine. And so I personal trained for a couple of years. And then after that, I actually started working with Michelle's dad.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
He owns a plumbing and electric business. And so shout out to White House Plumbing and Electric.
That was kind of like your first construction experience.
Yeah, kind of I guess in the construction, yes. A lot there. And I actually started missing the military around 12 and kept talking about it. And Michelle said finally, do something or shut up. So I decided to talk to a recruiter on types of jobs they had. Of course, they didn't have my job that I had when I was on active duty, which I ended up having to take my ASVAB over again because my scores weren't high enough for that, because I had to have a really high score. And so I had to study for that, retake it. And finally got through school and everything. Came home 2 days before she was born. And then I've been back in the military ever since then, which I'm still in. But decided to leave working technician status.
I just wondered what led you to this work, like your background.
Oh.
So keep going.
What led me to this work?
Your...
Well, I got my real estate license in 2016.
Yes. No, 2015. You were 15. I was 16.
So I got my real estate license in 2015 and got really busy. And I was working full-time out at the base and decided I was going to pursue real estate full-time in 2016. So that's what kind of led me to the construction side. In 2018 was my partner bought a house or bought a lot and called me and said, do you want to build a house? because I had hinted around of possibly doing some flips and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then he bought the land, and
we were property managing for them at the
we
time.
were property managing
So
some duplexes for them there.
Mm-hmm.
So we already had a mutual business friendship there. So we decided to build a house.
Right.
And I did a lot of hands-on on that first house.
Mm-hmm.
Really more than what I wanted to do, but I did a lot of hands-on.
And learned a lot. So what is your takeaway? Like, why do you enjoy this line of work? What is your purpose in this type of work?
One of the main reasons I like doing this work is one of my spiritual gifts is apostleship. And basically what that means is I like to see things organically, like from a pretty much nothing, and then I like to build it and watch it grow. So I get to do that with every house I build and oversee, and I get to be a part of building each project, and that is a fulfillment for me to do that. But I also like the freedom to. You have to be careful when you say when you're in business for yourself, you have more freedom per se, but in reality, you really don't. You have more responsibilities, more duties, because on a typical 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 job, you show up, do your work, you leave, and then you're done. You don't have to think about payroll. You don't have to think about, all the.
You can leave it at work.
Yeah, you just leave it at work, but you can't do that here. It's 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So, but I do like the autonomy of owning your own business. Yeah. Because if I do want to schedule a vacation, I don't have to ask nobody. I can just schedule it and make sure that it lines up with, our builds or whatever the case may be. But as most realtors know, if you want to get busy, you just schedule a vacation.
Right.
And your phone will start ringing as soon as you get to the airport.
Right.
But that's a good thing. But I do enjoy the freedom of being kind of our own boss and being able to write our own story.
I would say for real estate, the purpose or the fulfillment that I get from this line of work is walking with people through big life changes, whether that be the first time home buyer or the couple who's just got married or they're getting married, if they've had a baby and they need to, or more than one baby and they need a bigger space, helping those who don't have to rent anymore because they can afford to purchase their own property and start their real estate investment journey. But also, walking along people who go through divorces or deaths in the family and they need to sell or move to a new location, whether that's be relocating for job or divorce or a death in the family. Like, those are big life changes that we get to walk with people and we get to serve them as clients, as friends, and we get to be there during that transition and hopefully help them make the best decisions. And then I take away from my teaching to educate them, in some ways of real estate that they may not know exist, because, people don't typically sell real estate on a regular basis. You're going to sell a house or two or three, depends on how often you move, but unless you're an investor, you're not going to experience that on a regular basis. So we, doing it day in, day out, can advise them on what we know and what we've seen and experienced and help them, educate them to make the right decisions that are best for them. But also, getting my doctorate, I can research the market better because I know there's so many resources out there that are available, public record, online, MLS, you name it. And the research factor is big when it comes to that. So I enjoy that part of it. And I think we complement each other because you're more of like let's socialize, let's hang out, let's talk, let's learn each other's story, let's be buddies. And I'm more of like, let me get to work. Let me type on my computer. Let me find out what's going on. Let me look around. Let me research. Let me just dig in. And your strengths are kind of my weaknesses, and my weaknesses are your strengths. Where you're the math person, I'm more of the dot the I's and the T's.
Yeah, the grammar,
English person.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's us in a nutshell.
Yeah.
We're Michael and Michelle. And this is Holler at Hollingsworth. Thanks for listening.
Feels like home. Feels like home. Feels like home.